What's going on YouTube? Kamikazevondoom here with another Division 2 video. Now shout out to the DoD, Disciples of Doom. And today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you why Season 7 is the best season for PVE players. So if it sounds like something you would enjoy, sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, and let's get to talking. But don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you're new. And of course, let me know in the comment section below your thoughts. Now, today is September 8th. Now, yesterday was the start of Season 7. Now, a lot of you know that I've posted, on social media, whether it be Twitter or in my, community tab, things like that, that I'm already level 100, and I'm like, what do I do now? Trying to make a joke. But it says currently that we have 22 weeks left on this season. Obviously, that is not accurate because due to the season track, it only goes out about 3 months, where this countdown is 6 months. So it's kind of like a big, outlier. Obviously, there's something that they haven't explained, or maybe they just set this and they'll just adjust it whenever they give us some news. They don't want us to expect anything. But yes, I am already season level 100 for this current season, and I will do another video explaining exactly how I did that. I did it in about 4 hours. I know a lot of you were like, geez, get a life, or like, what was a funny comment? I bet you haven't seen the sun, or something like that. It was pretty good. But no, it only took me about 4 hours, to be honest. And I did that in between, hitting people up for farming, taking the kids to school, doing work, eating lunch. It was 4 hours throughout the day, and we got to season level 100. So I'll explain exactly how I did that in a different video, but for this video, let's talk about the season and why this is best for PvE players. I believe this is the best season for PvE players. Now, just looking at the season, we'll start with the season events. How about that? Because a lot of people are like, what am I going to do once I hit level 100? Well, there's a lot of activities that you're going to end up doing during the season. So obviously you have these different season activities. You'll have a manhunt, like right now it is Target Viper. And then you'll have, the league that is associated with that manhunt. Now, the league is for you speedrunners out there. I myself like to do it just to, see if I can do it. And they're pretty easy. So the league events are easy ways of getting more rewards. Each of these season events, they give you rewards on top of your season rewards. So even if you're level 100 and you still do the Viper League or the Golden Bullet global event, you are still going to get rewards for doing these events. All that the season level 100 did was give me all of the rewards throughout the season reward track. It did not give me all of the rewards for the entire season, because there are a lot of events going on where there are tons of caches and things like that that you will get once you complete these events. Now, as far as the events go, the best for PvE players, obviously, hands down, without a doubt, is Global Event Golden Bullet. This makes PvE so much fun, in my opinion. Obviously, I prefer PvP, whether it be Conflict or, the Dark Zone, even though I prefer Div 1 Dark Zone, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm more of a PvP-centric agent myself, if you will, but I do enjoy PvE content, whether it be the raid, the summit, running legendaries, speedrunning, what have you. And this Golden Bullet global event is the best thing that they have made for this game when it comes to season events. It is the most fun you'll get in a global event. And when this comes out, when does it come out? A week and 5 days. So in a week and 5 days, I'm going to make a video on it and tell you exactly why I love it so much with some gameplay. Because even me talking it up right now, it still doesn't do it justice. This global event, hands down, best thing they have in PVE when it comes to these season events and activities. So going down this list, you have a bunch of other manhunt targets, leagues, and global events, which are pretty fun. Now they did redo the reanimated global event, so that one is actually a lot of fun too. These season global events are pretty good, to be honest. Now Hollywood is not a fan favorite. Let's see. So in 7.5 weeks, we'll talk about why. But the other ones, Shade Exposed, Golden Bullet, Reanimated, the way they reworked it. These really are good global events when it comes to these seasons. Now, we did not see Reanimated or Golden Bullet in last season, so it's been, quite a few months where these are by far, the biggest fan favorites. Now, next up for the PvE, why, this is so much fun for PvE players. Obviously, the season rewards track. We'll go down. We'll start at page 1. So the season rewards you get from season 7 are all about PvE. It is amazing for PvE players once you reach level 100 of the season and you have all of these rewards. Truly all about PvE. Now, let's just go through the first page. Let's see. So, right off the bat, in the first page alone, you get 3 pieces of Empress International. Now, this was the new brand set that they introduced into the division in Season 4 when End of Watch went live. And getting 3 pieces of Empress International gives you skill health, skill damage, and skill efficiency. Now, skill efficiency gives you skill haste, damage, health, all of that for your skills. So it's kind of like a double damage type deal with your brand set bonuses, where you run 2 Empress International, you get more damage, but if you run 3, you get even more damage. And on top of that, you get skill haste, status effects, you name it. And this is really, really strong for PvE. Especially skill builds. Skill builds are insane because of this season. And that's all due to the rewards. And a lot of it is PvE based. Where you could use some of this, like Empress International, you could use in PvP. But a lot of this is mainly for PvE. And then right off the bat, you get the PDR. Now, the PDR, for this instance, is not the best. However, you do get the named variant later on in the rewards track, and we'll talk about that. So that's the first page. By the second page, you already have a full Empress International set. It gives you all 6. That alone gives you the flexibility to make whatever skill build you want with the 3 pieces of Empress International. Now, going from 11 to 15, you get more Empress International, but then it's also showing you the new marksman rifle that's introduced into the season. By the time you get to page 4, you're getting the rigger pieces along with the Empress International, and the rigger gear set. I'll just say is bugged right now, especially with traps. More specifically, people use them with explosive traps, and they can just set them on top of each other, and all of a sudden, one explosive trap is 5 explosive traps. But obviously, with Yannick's tweet last week, he did mention that they are going to fix that, so the rigger set will be back to normal. But again, this is all based off of skills and skill builds. So now you're getting the Empress set, now you're getting the rigger set. And as we move on here, we are getting caches, and I'll show you those at the end. But I wanted to really focus on the PvE, sets that you get from these bonuses. Now, the biggest one, in my opinion, hits at level 30. Now, level 30, you get the test subject. Now, the test subject is the named PDR, like I was explaining earlier, and this one comes with Perfectly in Sync, which is hands down one of the best talents you could run with a skill build, where if you shoot a target, you gain skill damage, and if you deal skill damage to a target, you get weapon damage. But if you do both at the same time or within a certain window, you get double the buffs. So this one weapon can get you up to 40% weapon damage and 40% skill damage, which is perfect for skill builds in PvE. I love this weapon. 99% of my skill builds have this weapon in it. It is one of the biggest go-tos, in my opinion, when it comes to skill builds. More so than the capacitor. Now, the capacitor, it is good and it does hit really hard once you have all the stacks. However, with the test subject using Perfectly in Sync, it literally just takes like 2 bullets. 1 bullet to proc the skill damage, and then once the skill damage hits, you shoot them again, and you have double the buffs. It is insane. The test subject, hands down, one of the best PvE weapons in the game, especially if you're using a skill build. Now, going through the rest of these rewards, you are getting more Empress International for skill builds, but you are getting a lot of these caches. Now, at the end of this, I will show you the caches and we can see what you get from those rewards as well. But I'll stop at the next big one. Let's see. More Empress, more Rigor. More Rigor. Let's see. There's a lot of Rigor gear set items. Okay, right here. Holy moly. Now, at level 55, this is my favorite PvE weapon, hands down. It doesn't matter what content it is, even the raids. This is my favorite PvE weapon in the game. It is the Scorpio Exotic Shotgun. It's bar none the strongest weapon you could be using in PvE, whether it be even legendary content, because the talent that comes with that weapon and all the different debuffs and buffs you can get from that one weapon makes it a monster for any PvE content. I highly recommend. It doesn't matter if you play this game for 10 minutes a day, 10 hours a day, it doesn't matter. At least get up to level 55 and get this shotgun. The Scorpio shotgun is insane for PvE. It truly is. And as soon as this season came out for season 4 and I got this shotgun, I didn't put it down for like a week or two. Who was it the other day? Sergeant Graybeard. We were doing a raid with Sergeant Graybeard the other day, and he was telling us how he was, still trying to get used to using different weapons because he was just using the Scorpio all the time. And it's because it's that strong. That is really one of the best weapons in the game when it comes for PvE content. Now, going through these rewards, we're getting more Rigor gear set items. We're getting more, Empress International items. We're even getting the named backpack and the named chest piece for Empress International, which are skill build based. And they do make PvE more fun. But I think there is another one in here that I wanted to show you. So the scalpel, I don't use this marksman rifle. However, I did want to talk about it. This marksman rifle comes with Future Perfection, which is the named variant of Future Perfect. So if I'm not mistaken, every kill you get increases your skill tier. And it's insane. So you could sit in cover, use this marksman rifle, hit the enemy with skills, and then every time you get a marksman rifle kill, your skills go up in a tier. And if you're already running a tier 6, it puts you into overcharge. Super strong and amazing for PvE, but in my opinion, I'm not a huge sniper or shotgun fan. Actually, unless it's the Scorpio. Let's just, kill it there. Unless it's the Scorpio, I'm not a big shotgun fan or marksman rifle fan, but this is a big one for PvE players. And then the rest are mainly caches up until you get to 90. Now this is another huge exotic for PvE builds, the Waveform Holster. Now the Waveform Holster, think of it as a hourglass. So the sand goes from one end to the other. Now this does that, but with skill damage towards your 2 skills. So let's just say, for example, you're running a turret and a drone. The hourglass effect, all the damage will go to your drone, and then it'll slowly trickle over to your turret. And as it's trickling over, you'll gain more turret damage, and you'll decrease in drone damage, and then all of a sudden you have all the buff at your turret, and then it'll start to trickle down into your drone, and vice versa. So think of it as an hourglass. You put it upright, all of the sand goes down to the bottom. Once it fills up at the bottom, you flip it over, and then it starts to do the whole thing again. Same thing, but with this one, it's all skill damage. This is an amazing exotic for skill builds, especially for PvE players. Oh my god, it's amazing. The first thing I did when this holster came out, or when I got it during Season 4, was I made a waveform build, and I think the question I was asking is this the new, overpowered exotic? Is this the new meta? And for skill builds, it still kind of is. I believe I put it together with a turret drone build, and it was just amazing. Just running around with the test subject, getting perfectly in sync to proc with the waveform procs and the new brand set bonuses from the Empress International. It was just game over, and it was amazing. A lot of these are skill build based, so I will give you that. But this is all pretty much PvE centric. You could use the waveform in a PvP build, but it's very slim the different ways you could do that. And doing that in PvP is very, it's risky, as you will, especially with the PvP climate that we have right now and how things are, going. I don't know. I see that there's probably going to be a big balancing change once we get new content for this game. But for right now, all of these pieces and items are amazing for PvE. PvP, it's questionable. It depends on how you play, who you play with, blah, blah. But for PvE, it doesn't matter if you're playing by yourself or with a crew. All of these pieces are amazing. They are top tier, and a lot of these are best in slot. Like when it comes to using an assault rifle for skill builds, the test subject, hands down. You could get the exotic, the capacitor, but then you have to remember you have to build up those stacks and maintain those stacks. Whereas to the test subject, all you're doing is shooting 1 bullet, maybe 2, and then you have max stacks, you're good to go, boom, everything's dead. When it comes to the Scorpio, again, hands down best in slot when it comes to PvE weapons. And that is just a shotgun. You're running around, you're shocking the enemy, you're poisoning the enemy, you're getting more damage from all sources. So if you're in a team, that shotgun helps buff your team as well. I mean, these are really strong pieces. Now, I am hovering over here at level 100, just because the last 10 levels or so doesn't really give you much, especially with this rerun. You do get, several caches. So here's the next part of why this season is so good for PvE players. let's look at the caches that I have accumulated. Because I did hit level 100, I went ahead and I kept a lot of my caches, 17 to be exact. So let's see what I get out of these. All of these caches I have gotten just from hitting level 100 season. The Mantis, Capacitor right there. And that is the other really strong weapon for skill builds, the Capacitor. It's kind of cool that it dropped. Dodge City Holster, Liberty, and the Merciless. Wow, I haven't seen one of those drop in ages. Side note, the Merciless used to be amazing in this game. What happened? Alright, so the other caches I wanted to talk about during this season are your named item caches and your legacy season caches. Now, I have made videos previously on these, but I want to talk about them again because this comes up in my comment section time and time again, and I just want to keep, relaying the information. That way, if you missed it in a previous video, you got it now. Named item caches and legacy season caches give you the opportunity to get PvP exclusive named items, whether it be PvP exclusive named weapons or gear items. And I keep trying to stress this because you don't have to play the Dark Zone, you don't have to play Conflict to get these PvP exclusives. You can get them just from playing the game, but you just need to know where to look. So these two caches you just get randomly from the reward track of your seasons. Not only that, but we do have a season vendor now. I believe it was introduced in season 4, and it's right outside here in the base of ops. So I don't know why they don't let your character run right here. But so whenever you fast travel to the base of ops, you will fast travel right here. This is where you'll spawn, and then you just come over here to the right, and here is your season's vendor. Now during a global event, you will be able to access this vendor. So you can see right here, I went to global event vendor and it says there's no ongoing global events. Now the reason I'm bringing this up is that you can actually purchase these caches, whether it be a named item cache or a legacy season cache. You are able to purchase these during those global events. So let's see, what was the timeline for Golden Bullet? So in about 2 weeks time, a week and 5 days, the global event Golden Bullet will come out. Now during this, you are able to accumulate global event stars, and at this season's vendor, you will be able to purchase caches with those stars. So if you turn on this global event, have fun during it, you collect all those stars just from doing events and from just leveling up your character. And then at the end of the global event, you use all those stars, you buy all your caches, and you're able to get PvP exclusive items that way as well. So I just wanted to make that clear just so everyone out there knows you don't have to play PvP right now. We all know PvP in the Division 2 is in a very, very bad state. Whether it be from the hackers, whether it be from the glitches, whether it be from invisible people, whether it be from, the skill builds being broken, whether it be from corner glitching, whether it be from invisible walls, whether it be from, there's so much wrong with PvP right now. So I fully understand if you don't want to do that to get your PvP exclusives. So this is the other way to do it. You want to aim for these two caches. So let's open some up and see if we get any good ones. I hope. Fingers crossed. Nothing there. Okay, we got the TDI card custom. I believe that is a PvP exclusive. That's the one that gives you a +1 skill tier just from having that one equipped. I believe that is. Let me know in the comment section if it's not. Here's another TDI card custom. New reliable. Alright, so now we're getting to the named item caches. These are my favorite caches in the game because more times than not, I'll get PvP exclusive items just from having it. So before I open these caches, I'm telling you right now, I need an Emperor's Guard set of knee pads with armor regen rolled as an attribute. Not the 1%. I'm talking about the 49.25, whatever it is, armor regen per second. So while I open these, that's what I'm going for. Let's see. Here we go. Glory Days. No, thank you. The Boomstick. Oh, come on. Don't do this to me. Black Friday. I believe that's a PvP exclusive as well. Contractor's Gloves. Come on. Not even one pair. Anarchist Cookbook. Designated Hitter. Oh, come on. And the Strategic Alignment. So I didn't even get Emperor's Guard knee pads right there. I was hoping, but there I go for hoping in this game. But that's another way that I think this season really caters to the PvE players. Because not only are you able to get all of these new exotics, brand sets, gear sets that are aimed at skill builds and PvE content, but you are also getting exotics that are best in slot, especially when it comes to PvE content. Whether it be the Waveform Holster, whether it be the Scorpio Shotgun, whether it be the Capacitor. I mean, there's amazing exotics that were introduced in this season that really cater to the PvE audience, and more importantly, the skill build audience. But alright, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Obviously, if you are a veteran that plays every single day, a lot of this might be remedial. But for the rest of you, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you found it informative in any way. And if so, please give me a thumbs up. Support the channel by subscribing. And let me know what you think in the comment section below. What named item do you need? What PvP exclusive are you missing? Let's discuss, because I'm telling you, I need those Emperor's Guard knee pads with armor regen in both slots. I need that so bad in my life, truly. I really do. But that's just me. I know there's a lot of people out there that are looking for Death Grips or the Apartment SMG. What's some other really good PvP exclusives that people are looking for? The Gift, the named backpack with perfect vigilance. I mean, there's a lot of goodies out there. But alright, this is my video on why Season 7 is perfect for PvE players, and I hope I explained why good enough for you. But alright guys, Kamikazevondoom here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Peace. That was cool. I got the peace sign to be right there into the camera. That was pretty sick. Alright guys, take care. Bye.